Hi, everyone. This is Phil from Havelock Wool. This is our next installment in Van Talk. Hopefully, you've seen a couple that we've put together before. The idea really is to get together with our van life community and share some ideas, some tips, some thoughts around van life. Today, we're talking with Matt from Mango Vans. We've been working with Mango Vans for quite some time. Matt's based down in Miami, building all different types of vans. He's been a great partner for us, again, for years. Matt does a lot of interesting things. One of the things about his vans is he's got a real eye towards sustainability. But we thought it would be interesting to check in with Matt today. It's Friday afternoon. He's headed down to the Keys. He's going to do a dive this weekend. And we thought we'd cover, all right, Matt, you're a professional van upfitter. What's in your van? How is your van set up? So we're going to keep this informal, and we'll try to keep it punchy. But Matt, thanks a lot for joining us. Hope we're not getting in front of any weekend activities, but why don't you show us a little bit about your van, what's going on, what you have. Take it away.
Cool, Phil. Thanks a lot. Yeah, the wool insulation is a good fit for kind of a lot of the materials that we choose in our vans. We're using like bamboo, sustainably harvested pine, acacia wood, the type of stuff that we can be proud of, and we know it's coming from a sustainable source, and a lot of our clients appreciate that. So yeah, I'm here in our shop vans, our Pro Master. I've had this one for about a year now. So let me show you what is typical. We just set up. We're doing some diving tomorrow, as we mentioned. We're doing some coral planting with the Coral Restoration Foundation in Key Largo. Check those guys out. So we're all set up. Let me show you what we do on a quick weekend jaunt. For me, up front, we need these nice insulated windshield covers. We give these to all of our clients. They're super useful to have. Give you kind of a spin around. In general, we try to keep a very open, bright feel in our vans. I'll show you some cool products that we recommend a lot. Here's a bug wall, keeping the bugs out. Nice Fiamma awning out there. And walk you back. Kind of fridge I like is the traditional Dometic chest style. Super easy, really efficient too.
Yep.
People love these little side wall fans. This is the kind of shower we do. Basically, you can see you have a big countertop here, but you actually lift it up and you've got a whole shower space. Good use of space. Then we throw up a magnetic shower curtain, so you don't always give up all that footprint to shower all the time,
So Matt, that shower just goes straight up there off of the counter?
Yeah, so it lifts up, and then we have a big magnetic. We use the ripstop material that with these massive like neodymium magnets, and that flips up all around you, so it drives up super quick, and then you pack it all down. You've got like later on we'll put wetsuits and stuff in there too, but you don't have like this huge closet that's just eating up all these precious inches of your van.
Yeah. And we get this question a lot, when we're talking to folks, like, how often do you use the shower? Is it something, if you're out for a week that you're using every day? Like, what's the usage for you?
Oh, I do, especially if you're out, depending on your activity, if you're out doing mountain biking or something. When it's colder, if I do like a trip up north, probably not as, it has a hot water heater though. But I'll hop in there every day, and it's so simple to set up and rinse off, like a Navy shower, get wet, soap up, rinse it off. You got 26 gallons. It's lasted my wife and I have gone like a whole week. Just being smart with your water use. It's kind of a nice thing when you're in the van. Everything, you kind of have to modify behavior a little bit. We're not doing things exactly as we would if we're at home. So, the way you store food, the way you cook, and everything kind of changes a bit. And it's part of the fun, I guess, getting out of the routine.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. I'll
walk out back. We always put hammocks in our vans. People usually are pretty happy about that. It's a cool thing. So we got some dive gear out here. And so a lot of vans will have a big fixed bed in the back, but we really like, I personally at least, I'd say about maybe a quarter of our builds will do this dinette. So you can just walk out the back and utilize the back door. You can still bring bikes and stuff with you. We use this swing away rack from Rocky Mounts. I like to keep some charging stations out back. Ever since I got my one wheel months ago, my feet have been on the ground much less. That's just the most efficient way of getting around everywhere. And for the ladders, we're using these portable retractable ladders for a couple reasons. just so I can get anywhere I want in the van. But
Yep.
also we've got these big, nice, like crank out windows from Turn Overland. And I get the ladder set up because we got a big roof deck up there. We use an ipe wood called Brazilian walnut because the beach is like, where am I? Right there. So I can get up on the roof and like see the beach from here. So that's cool.
Sweet. And that ladder, where does that ladder stow?
It's the simple, like it's called telescoping.
Okay.
So it'll cross down into this little area that fits right into this little square here. It's got a little strap. Super simple.
And, you know, Matt, one of the things that we hear, or, you know, we get questions about too, is like, and especially from your perspective, I mean, you're aware of everything that could go into a van and things that, like, you know, don't need to go in a van. What do you have in your van that is like crucial for you that like you really couldn't live without, that maybe not everyone's thinking about?
For me, I would say it is the shower, because I really like to know. So I'm like, if I were to be parked in the middle of nowhere for 3 days and I want to go mountain biking or swimming, and I'm, especially like after kite surfing, salt water, I'm like, icky. You know, there's not a shower. I really know that I can really go and enjoy myself more knowing that I got a shower back there.
Yeah.
That would be the big thing for me. Not necessarily this very big and fancy one, but just something that I can, you know, rinse off in comfortably. I really like knowing that at the end of the day. You know?
And what's on your wish list? Like, as you add to your van, as we do with ours, we're always like coming up with some new thing to spend money on. You know, what's on your wish list for your own rig?
What I still got to put on this one we've done in the past, I don't have a surfboard carrier on the driver's side yet. Can do on the passenger, you know, because of the sliding door. But we're getting one welded up. You know, Luminous has some. We've installed a lot of theirs. We're making our own, and I don't know if you can see the. Oh, I can't show you now, but so the board carrier on the side is going to be cool. I realized that I was expecting this to be a Florida van, but then last year when I went back home to Rhode Island, I wish I put a heater in.
Okay.
And that's those things that is not easy to add.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of features that are easy to add on, but a lot of things you want to do right off the decide, like windows, heaters. Those are the things you want to know off the bat.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, you do not have to say anything about Havelock Wool. We're not trying to be promotional here, but you did mention, you know, sustainability for you. Just a little bit about some of the materials in your van, and then how do you use your van, you know, just to, you know, keep an eye towards energy use?
Yeah, well, we're always putting stuff like why we like to have luck, you know, we can compare it objectively, like scientifically against comparable products. And if something is basically going to be on par as far as R values, not taking moisture, not taking fire, and we test this stuff. You try to set the stuff on fire, we leave it out in a bucket of water overnight. So we know what we're talking, we have a reason to say what we're saying.
Yeah.
And if I'm looking at two comparable products and one's made in a laboratory and one is coming from the natural cycles of the earth and it's a cool, small, locally owned company with nice people, that's kind of a no-brainer. That's why it's, as we're building our business, we're choosing vendors who we want to grow with.
Yeah.
And so if it's buying something from a multinational corporation or getting something from the team where you know their names, we're a small business too. So that's something that made sense. But a lot of our clients will say, oh, I noticed that you use wool. I noticed that you don't do this other stuff they don't use for mica, or things that just, you can get that anywhere. You can get that in an RV. You can go buy that in a motorhome.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you want to get something that's, you know, like really been, like real wood that's been painted, or like real bamboo, that's surfaces that you'll enjoy. And the sustainability aspect of the wood we choose too, is we choose stuff from the Forest Stewardship Council.
Okay.
Which is why there's, you know, a lot of the builds we're doing now are like acacia, like I mentioned. And that ipe Brazilian walnut, they call it, we're getting it from suppliers who are knowing that it's getting responsibly logged and harvested. Yeah. You know, support the good guys. So.
Yeah, exactly. So one last question for you, Matt, because, you know, we've done a couple of these videos with Jamie, who shares a building with us. He was talking a lot about using his roof deck. So was your roof deck, was that like an idea for you out of the gate? Did it evolve? And like, are roof decks on all your vans?
That was like when I was building my own vans for fun, like, I don't know, over a decade ago. That was always just a fun, even when I was building Jeeps, I'd be putting decks on them. I don't know where that come from, like a treehouse thing, I guess. So of varying degrees of quality. So something that I maybe built for myself in my driveway 8 years ago. We definitely offer it to everybody. But you know, the younger crowd, they definitely get it. We're South Florida, we got a lot of early retirees, and they're more really excited about bikes and kayaks, not so much climbing up on the roof. But for me, the roof deck just looks cool, and there's a lot of variations. It's one of those products in this industry where you can go for the rugged black powder coated aluminum look, or kind of more the wood that's not homemade, maybe isn't the right word, more of like a organic feel to it.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing with this industry. There's so many different styles, and everyone's got their own styles, and that's why for us, what we purposely we're in the tropics. It's mangoes and like bright colors and fun stuff, and most of the upholstery that we go with, you know, a lot of the clientele who are interested to come to us, and they come into our shop and they see all these options to choose from, the different woods you can choose. Mostly everyone who comes to us is going to choose the bright stuff. The flooring, you know, we're using it's antique and ivory, and I think we use that the most because everyone who walks into the shop sees this van goes, on with that one. Yeah, like there's like 75 of these lawn seal, the marine vinyl flooring you can choose from. They're like, no, I want that one.
Yeah.
The fabrics too. You're looking for something more bright, a little different than the rugged stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I have to admit, Matt, your van is super clean and tidy, especially compared to ours. So, you know.
Well, it's the beginning of the weekend. We just got here.
Yeah. All right, listen, Matt, this has been great. We're going to let you get on with your weekend and get on with your diving. Thanks so much. And, you know, we'll have links to your site here on the video so everyone can check out Mango Vans. But yeah, Matt, we really appreciate your perspective, and we'll keep in touch.
Great. Thanks a lot, guys.